Rice is the most eaten food on the planet. Cheap, plain, and served at almost every meal without a second thought. But for centuries, in Japan, rice wasn't just food, it was literally money. Salaries were paid in it. Taxes were collected in it. Entire fortunes were counted in it. A samurai's entire salary was measured in a single unit of rice, enough to feed one person for a whole year. The most powerful lords in Japan weren't ranked by gold. They were ranked by how many 100,000 units of rice their land could produce. This grain built fortunes, ranked entire kingdoms, and quietly powered the rise of modern banking. But it also carried something hidden inside it, a disease that would baffle doctors for decades. So how did a single grain become currency? Kingdom builder and a medical mystery all at once. This is the history of rice. Rice domestication began along the middle and lower Yangtze River in China, somewhere between 9,000 and 11,000 years ago, as early farmers gradually reshaped a wild marsh grass into a reliable crop. Over thousands of years, cultivation spread across Asia, reaching Japan by around 2,500 to 3,000 years ago, arriving alongside a technique that would reorganize entire societies, flooding fields into paddies. Wet rice farming demanded that entire communities build and maintain shared irrigation canals together, but that's not the strangest part. Historians directly link this forced cooperation to the rise of the centralized hierarchical societies that would later rule over East Asia. By Japan's feudal era, this relationship became official. Peasants paid their taxes directly in rice, and the size of a feudal lord's domain was measured only by how much rice his land could yield each year. Samurai received their entire salary in rice, not coin, bain, measured in a unit called a koku, roughly enough to feed one adult for a full year, about 150 kilograms. The wealthiest domains in Japan were ranked purely by their rice output. The most powerful clan after the shogun himself controlled land valued at exactly 1 million koku, a fortune measured entirely in grain. What happened next changed everything. As milling techniques improved, people increasingly preferred polished white rice over the coarser, less refined grain, a small industrial upgrade with a hidden cost nobody saw coming. By the 1880s, Japan's navy was quietly losing sailors to a mysterious wasting disease called beriberi, a condition so stubborn that Western navies, eating a completely different diet, barely seemed to suffer from it at all. A naval doctor named Takaki Kinihiro noticed something strange. Officers who ate meat and vegetables barely fell ill, while ordinary crewmen surviving almost entirely on free white rice were getting sick by the hundreds. He changed their diet, and beriberi nearly vanished, decades before vitamins were even discovered. Today, rice sits quietly in kitchens across the entire world, feeding more people than any other staple crop on Earth. Its days as currency, and its hidden disease long forgotten. So the next time you scoop rice onto your plate, remember, this grain once paid samurai their wages, ranked the wealth of entire kingdoms, and carried a hidden disease inside its polished white shell, completely unnoticed for decades.